All right, we just got back from the Deep South Nationals in Hoover, Alabama. The boys had a great weekend. Alexander went undefeated, and Andrew lost one match. So Alexander went 10-1 or 10-0, and Andrew went 9-1. Both earning All-American status, which is cool. Cool bragging rights. Got brought home some hardware. These were duels, so there was no individual placement. Um, what I wanted to do with this video is show you how I would review a loss. You have to do it. It's not fun. Nobody wants to do it. No one wants to face the music. It's painful looking at your mistakes. Um, but if you do sit down and force you to do it, you always walk away with things you would have never thought about. You grow a lot faster. You get to an you get to a new level of performance of competition infinitely faster if you don't ever review your losses. You need to. Excuse me. Um so I'm going to show you how I go through the painful process. First, I always do a couple run throughs and I just watch. And I'm not pausing it, I'm not doing any slow-mo. I'm just looking for big themes. Always start with the big. Later on you can focus on small details when it comes to technique and practice. Find the big problems here. Okay, don't overcomplicate the issue. All right, I'm not looking to pick apart like minute differences in footwork and stance, and I'm not going down a giant rabbit hole. I'm just looking at first I'm looking at the big things that we can correct that will make a difference in the win-loss category quickly, like in the near future. We gotta clean this up. This was a big thing. This is the main reason you lost the match. Let's drill this and work this to death and clean it up. There were other issues in the match, but we're not going to worry about those right now. It's like triage in the medical field. You come across a soldier who's got a lacerated artery, you're going to take care of him first before you get to the soldier who took a John Wayne shot to the shoulder. Okay, he'll survive. You got to take care of the artery first. All right, so get the big things taken care of. And what happens often is the little things that you wanted to clear up often clear themselves up immediately on their own after you cleared up the big things. You might find, well, now we don't even have to worry about the little thing. It's gone. Okay. That's just how the human body, human mind adapts and learns. It does often find the path of least resistance. It's good at that. So you give it big instructions, grab his legs, knock him over. Often your body and your mind will automatically find really good ways to grab his legs and knock him over versus the worst way to do it. It wants to find a path of least resistance. Okay, so here we are. I think Andrew got a hold of an older, more experienced kid here, and it was quite the challenge. Excuse me. He had really good positioning. He had good fakes. He had good sprawls. He had good reshots. It was really hard to get him to make a mistake. And that's one of the things I talked about, Andrew, is when you get to the higher levels, they're not going to make a mistake. You have to force them to. You have to get them out of position. They won't voluntarily get in bad position like new wrestlers will. You have to force them. Okay. Andrew's doing a good job putting some offense on there, hitting some shots. All right. Now, this kid's super experienced, down blocking. His head is in the way. He's got his great defense. He's tangling up Andrew's arms constantly. Always got elbow control, wrist control. He's got something that makes it hard for Andrew to keep the pressure after a bad shot. Okay, this is a theme that keeps happening throughout this match. Andrew takes a shot and it turns into nothing. Okay, and here Andrew is not maintaining a good front headlock. Let's go over that. That's a big issue. Okay, so here he needs to get this right hand on the chin or the left hand, but he's right-handed, so you usually want to put your dominant arm on the chin, and you probably should be able to go both ways, but and keep those elbows tucked. You can see that in this video here. So he's talking about putting the shoulder right on the back of the neck. Andrew didn't do a good job of that. You want to put that chin, you want to crank that chin to the side and keep those elbows tucked. See, this underhook's no good. Watch this this position. Shoulder on the back of the neck. Just like that. Okay, and you're looking to tuck the head in the armpit and control this arm. Either grab the armpit with a monkey claw and smash him down to his head and his elbow, or you can rip this post. Just rip the elbow, take this arm off the mat, and he'll flatten out. All right, either one there, whichever one he's giving you. If he's keeping those elbows in tight, you're probably just gonna have to monkey claw the armpit. But if he's extended out, you might as well just yank that post out from under him and smash his face into the mat. So he's saying put pressure. Put pressure because you want him to stay face down, hands on the mat. He's in a bad position right now. It's no good for this guy. Andrew didn't achieve this. Now he's saying you can't drive if your chest is up on top and your head's up on top. You can't drive him backwards. It's hard to pull him forward. He's going to grab a leg. Don't put your chest on his back. Don't put your head high. Okay, you're probably going to end up in an underhook position, in which case he's going to just hang on to your elbows. And if nothing else, just stall. He's going to halt your offense and just stall and hang there forever. It's happened to Andrew a lot because he likes to get these underhooks. It's a bad habit. See how he's grabbing the elbows right now? And some kids are content with hanging out there forever. No one scores. This kid's pretty good, so he stays moving. He's looking for arm drags. Trying to arm drag Andrew right now. Excellent. Excellent way he came up to his feet and hit that arm drag. But you don't want to stay on your knees and hit it. This kid's taller. Look at those giant feet. I didn't confirm his age, but Andrew's not even 12 yet. This is K through 8. So he could be an 8th grader. And Andrew's 5th grader. So it's quite the challenge. I think if Andrew could clear up these big things I'm talking about, it would have been a closer match. He lost like 11-2. So watch the repeat. Okay. Going for a knee pick. I like it. Got to run it though. He might even be able to snake that calf, kind of turn an ankle pick. He's got to hit this hard though. You got to plow through. All your strength. He did a good job straightening the leg and creating a bad angle for that knee pick where the hand just slides off. Pulling up the whizzer, getting him off the knee pick. Good counter. Andrew does good job stuffing the shot. What he needs to do now is, while this guy's still down, before he backs out and comes up, is use his momentum to snap down. Okay, snap down, go behind, score off of his shot. Andrew's just content with pushing him back, which is kind of low level. It's not a good strategy because you're just not scoring points. You're not making anything happen. Yeah, you stopped him, but now what? Now you're at 0. When somebody shoots, they're out of position. When somebody's in their stance, they're in position to defend a shot. When they shoot, they're out of position to defend a shot. So when they shoot, you need to counter shoot. Okay, Andrew just pushes him back up and then waits till later. Now the kid's back in his stance, tangling up Andrew's arms. And we have another failed shot. Okay. Remember I told you this was bad. We don't want to be on hands and feet, head down. We got to get out of here. So what you do is I think I have an example here. This guy shows it. As you come right back up off the mat, don't stay down while you're hitting this arm drag. Come to your feet right here. Get off the feet, elbows high. Start ripping on this arm. Start changing your angle. Start rotating left, but driving forward too at the same time. Into him. Okay. Failed shots are not a bad thing. They're only a bad thing if you stay down there. If you stay right here, you're going to lose. A failed shot can actually turn into a fake shot. It can turn into a setup. Okay? Especially if your failed shot is so bad, it ended up looking like a feint. He sprawls hard. Then you can just back out a little bit and snap down. All right? If you fail your shot and you're in deep, he's on top like this, then you just drive up into him, circle left, look for the arm drag. But never stay here after a failed shot. Good kids will score off this. And he does. And he uses his length to his advantage, which is phenomenal. You got to see right here. He's reaching all the way around Andrew's head and grabbing the tricep right here. That's rare. That's how long this kid is. That was one of the things that was giving Andrew fits. He didn't know how to wrestle a kid with this kind of length and skill combined. This kid was definitely utilizing his length. Okay. Now he's back. As soon as he gets here, you got to be out. Don't let him get comfortable. Don't let him work anything. You're hitting a sit out. You're popping a leg to hit your stand up. You're moving, turning left, turning right. Switch, turn and stand up. Switch, turn and stand up. Alternating. Keep him guessing. Eventually he's going to get out of position and give you the escape. Don't overthink it. Just wrestle through. Keep moving. And as you gain more experience, you feel what the next move should be. You know, according to his position, where he's weak. Is he weak on the left? Is he weak on the right? Is he weak right now? If I stand up, according to where he is and what he's doing, you'll know. But if you're a beginner, you just have to embrace the philosophy of constantly moving, get off the bottom. Do not stay on the hands and knees. Ever. Build your engine. Make sure you got the conditioning to do it. Okay. Which my boys do. Andrew ends up wearing this guy out at the end, but too little too late. This is phenomenal. This was great. This just shows his experience. Body lock with the arm trapped. Decides to just take him over back. That's a freestyle thing for you guys that only do folk style. He learned this because he does all three. The Ohio kid does freestyle, folk style, and Greco. So this is a good throw here, which just kind of turns into a flop into a bridge. But his phenomenal job of bridging on the head and flipping the legs over. We've all seen this drill. Okay, this is one of those scenarios where it comes in handy. Flips over on his head, gets some back points. Andrew's confused. It's like, how in the world did I end up on my back? That was a rare way to get there. Doesn't happen often. Andrew does a good job fighting. He does a good job getting up. See how he's coming off the mat, working his stand up right away. Fantastic. Andrew ended up losing this one like 11-2, but he clears up a couple of these things, some mistakes, these big mistakes he's making, and he's in the match. The big mistakes here was failed shots, not moving through the failed shots. Okay, staying down, and not slapping on solid front headlocks whenever you get the chance. Okay, rip that chin, keep the elbow high and tight, not down and low so they can hang on the elbow and working the go behind or the cradle. Learn how to tuck the head in the armpit. Control them. Bounce his head off the mat. Keep him down with it. So this kid has good feints. He's testing Andrew's responses, and if you get a good enough feint like that, then it sets up your snap downs, which I'd like to see Andrew do. Andrew just about got his eye gouged out here. It was pretty nasty. Gave him a nice black eye. Here we go. Ref must be telling him no more eye poking. Good movement from the Ohio kid. Good movement. Making it extremely hard for Andrew to shoot. And Andrew's got a good shot. He rarely can somebody stop his sweep single. That's his bread and butter. And Andrew didn't get a single one. And that definitely flustered Andrew. He didn't do a spectacular job of keeping his mind right. And that was a bad shot, bad belly flop, but he did a good job adjusting to the other leg, getting this leg. He needs to hurry up and sit up with it. I don't like how long he stayed on the belly. You just got to slide those knees up, sit up with it. And then here he gets a little confused. Which way is best to turn? Okay, can't let this guy squirm out of this. You just got to crush him straight down. Put his knee in his ear hole. Try to wrap this arm up. Okay. And in this scenario, I don't know, maybe north-south is best. See how he twisted out of that. Andrew just got confused. And another big mistake here. He doesn't realize right now that he's on a head inside single. Andrew doesn't know that that's what they've transitioned to. So Andrew needs to come back over top. Okay, smash his head down into the mat, put his pelvis right on top of his head, and actually rotate left. Okay, just like you would fight off a head inside single. Sweep single. Okay, smash his head straight down in, and then sprawl back and rotate left and peel the arms off. He goes the opposite way and gets Peterson. Which was just scramble confusion. Sometimes you get in a scramble and you don't realize which way you're facing. It takes a lot of experience to keep your head straight on wild scrambles. Andrew's finishing up his 4th year, so he's done a good job at closing the gap on kids like this. Kids like this have been wrestling since they're like 4 or 5. They have 3 or 4 years experience on Andrew. They wrestle pretty much all year round. One thing that helps us close the gap is our style of strength and conditioning. You can tell, even though this kid's older, he's not stronger than Andrew. And he doesn't have a bigger engine. Like, he slows down right here. The intensity from the Ohio kid's not as high. He still does a good job finishing it out, though. His conditioning's pretty good. This is still along the same theme that we've been talking about. Here's a shot where nothing follows. Okay, you got to get right back to the feet, shuck one of those arms, hit an arm drag, hit a snap down, hit a reshot, circle left, circle right, do something. You'll find, as long as you embrace that philosophy of moving after your shots, whether they're failed or not, that you'll find the strategy that you like best. All right. Of course, I would encourage embracing one that's tried and true and popular. It's popular for a reason. But he needs to rip this arm out, post the elbows, shoot under. Right now, if he had good level change, he could take his legs out. This kid's running right into him and begging for a nasty level change reshot. Okay, good down block. All right, level change, shoot again. Okay, good head pressure, get off the knees. Whenever you get stuck on a bad shot on the knees, he could spin right. He could take his face and spin this way. Like a a peek out, sit through, arm spin type thing, spin left and end up with the takedown still. Okay, but he tries to fight the arm. He's like, this arm is taking me that way, so I don't want to go that way. So he tries to go this way. That's another high level thing is go the direction he wants you to go. Use it against him. Use his momentum against him. He's pulling you right. If he just takes his arm and spins, he could spin into a front headlock, or he could spin and overhook this arm and start an arm bar, and then take the right arm and get a tight waist, He could just spin and still be good. But what he's been doing since the beginning of the match, he's been shooting, landing on the knees, and staying there. And it haunted him the whole match. And one of the reasons he did that, he doesn't normally do that, is because he got a hold of this kid and he realized this kid is good. And this kid is so good, in fact, he might be able to beat me. And that made it kind of shut Andrew down. It kind of shuts the brain down. It shuts down your normal attack mode. Okay, you guys got to be aware of that, and you can't let it happen. Whether he's a beginner, intermediate, advanced, you always attack. Don't change your gameplay. Don't change your mentality. If you lose, you lose. Make him prove he's better than you. Don't beat yourself. Andrew pretty much beat himself here. I mean, this kid definitely earned it. This kid was good. But Andrew did not wrestle his normal A game. Because he wasn't used to his shot getting stuffed so easily. That's okay. Don't let that rattle you. When you come up against a good wrestler and he stuffs your shot, it's like, okay, maybe I'm going to have to shoot 50 times. Okay, but don't let him counter your shot. Don't get so depressed and so worried you let him counter your shot. It can be a stalemate for a while. You stuff his shot, he stuffs your shot, and it just goes back and forth like that till finally somebody breaks. You got to be the more stubborn guy. Okay, good go behind. Using his length again. You got to learn how to battle all body types. Tall and lanky, short and stocky. Figure out the differences. Don't let them confuse you. What are we on here? 27 minutes in. Coming down to the end. Andrew's still moving, still fighting. He's holding him down, running out the clock. You gotta move. Gotta sit out. Sit out, switch, stand up, turn in. Don't be a one-trick pony. If you try the same thing over and over again, that's the same as telegraphing. He knows what's coming. All you need is like 3 good moves in each position. 3 good moves from the bottom, 3 good moves from your feet, 3 good moves from the top, and just keep cycling through them so he doesn't know what's coming. All right, so hopefully you guys got a couple good ideas how to review film. What I want you to take away from this, and I'm a strength and conditioning expert. I've been coaching wrestling since 2008, and there's definitely a learning curve to analyzing human movement. And often in the beginning, when we're starting out as a coach or as a wrestler, it all seems so mysterious. But often the right answer is exactly what you think. It's a simple answer. Okay, there's nuances that you can cover in wrestling practice when it comes to technique, but the overall general answer is simple. Like Andrew kept taking bad shots and staying there instead of using them to his advantage. You can turn a bad shot into a setup. All right, hopefully you guys have heard of setups. You want to get your opponent out of his stance, out of his position. Okay, when he's out of position, he's easy to attack. So you circle left, circle right, snap his head, push, pull, get him confused, and then shoot. Okay, and one of those ways you can get him confused and out of position is taking a fake shot. And you can do any kind of fake shot you want. You can take a deep shot. You can actually go under him, take a deep shot, and then hit your offense off of that. Or you can just do a step fake. Okay. In this scenario, Andrew's bad shot ends up being actually a good fake shot. That's why he gets the kid to come down. Oh man. Heck. That was the perfect shot. You can see how he down blocks. When he down blocks, that's your opportunity. That's your opportunity. And as he's coming up out of his shot, that's your opportunity. Change levels, shoot under him. Don't get tangled up here like spaghetti noodles. Like this underhook here is not doing any good. All right, you need to be snapping down. You need to monkey claw the back of the arms. And you can snap them down from the back of the arms or the head. Okay, look for your duck under slide bys. This tangled up over under position is not good. It's basically the only thing it's good for is a throw, and his hips are too far back and he's too low. You're not in throwing position. All right, so he does a good job backing out. But once you feel this forward pressure on this guy, you got to stop backing out. You got to hit a peek out. You got to go back into him and take his legs. He's giving the leg right now. So stop trying to back out and change your direction. Don't overcommit to one direction. People get like tunnel vision where they start pushing on a guy and then that's all they ever do is just keep pushing on the guy. Well, if he pushes back, you can pull. As soon as he pushes back, you pull and you take him the direction he's going. Right? So as soon as he pushes into Andrew here, now Andrew can shoot under him. Change his direction. Don't come up. Okay? You could step through and throw. Kick that leg out right now. I want to see one more shot. Okay, down block. And see how this is a shallow shot. This is a fake shot. All right, he's not thinking that in his mind right now that I'm taking a fake shot, but that's essentially what it is. He could take his hands, club the back of his head, work the front headlock, go behind. If he comes up right now, slips out, just pulls back a little and slips out and clubs that head, this kid might face plant. Okay, so that was the thing that I want to go over now with the boys. I was like, we need to review this, we need to master this, and that's my priority. I'm not gonna pick this loss apart for 100 more things to work on. This was the big loss. This was the reason Andrew didn't get anything going. Okay. And it was because nothing followed his bad shot. You have to wrestle through bad shots. Okay, so look for the big things. Attack those. Attack those first. There usually is one, always, so you don't have to worry about fixing a million little things. Fix the big things and big wins will follow. And I'll shut up for now. So go ahead and do all the things. Like the video. Give Andrew's match a like, even though it was a loss. But subscribe to the channel. Ask me questions. Make comments. And I'll make more content according to what you guys want. What questions you want to answer. And ask me anything on wrestling. Mixed martial arts. The military. Strength and conditioning. Whatever you guys desire. Talk to you later.